Hey, beautiful people. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It is Monday. Can y'all believe that? Like this is the third week in October? Like like third week of October, y'all. Listen, I am your girl coach TaShon, your marriage communication coach here for Marriage Mondays. Marriage Mondays, y'all. Listen, every Monday, we're going to chop it up. We're going to talk real talk. We're a little TLC, right? We're going to talk real talk. This week, we're going to talk about listening, active listening. And of course, y'all know that I have my notes for you because again, I want to make sure that I am bringing the real for you, right? I was like, let me just stop pity patting around. Let me stop pity patting around the topics and whatnot, and come to you. Let's start having this real talk, real about real love, right? Real solutions to real situations for marriages 7 years plus. It's no sense of beating around the bush. Listen, we've been in this thing together. We've been in this. You've been with your boo for 7 years plus, and that's that's the real deal. Sometimes marriages go through those phases and they come across communication challenges. And so that's where I'm here. I'm here for you as your marriage communication coach. So we're going to talk real talk here on Marriage Mondays, Monday Marriage, however you want to name it. You just meet me here every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live, okay? And if you can't catch me here, definitely catch me on YouTube. All right. So again, we are talking about something real, and it is we're talking about let's dig into active listening in your marriage. 7 years plus. um it's easy, it's real easy for us to say that we're listening, but we're really not listening because what happens is when our partner begins to talk, right, we're ready with an answer. We're ready to respond. We're really not listening. We're waiting to respond. And so therefore you're not hearing what your partner is wanting to talk about. Whether it's good stuff or bad stuff, or those challenges, those conversations, we're not ready for them. We're really not. So and a lot of times we get busy and we are distracted by the children, by our jobs, by emails, by the phone, by our family members, by anything, by the news, what's happening now, current events or whatnot. We get distracted. And so we're not paying attention. We're not paying attention to our partner. So listen, I am here. Y'all know I don't like to stress y'all. As your marriage communication coach, what do I tell you? I don't like stress. So therefore, I'm not going to give you stressed out steps and strategies. I'm not going to do that to you. But what I will tell you, the only way that these strategies and these steps will work if you implement them now. Don't wait till you get mad. Don't wait to get mad at your partner. Don't do any of that. You have to do it today. You have to practice them. Okay? You practice it. Okay? So I hope that you all by now, if you've been following me, you know that I'm big on getting you a journal. Get you a journal. And if you're just joining me, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want you to get a journal for you and your boo. Now, if your partner is not on board quite yet, again, it's okay. If your partner is not quite on board, you continue to take the notes. So go to the dollar store, get you a journal. Just a dollar journal was $1.25. $1.25 journal, okay? Get you one. Get your favorite pencil, pen. Take notes. This is the time where I want you to take notes, okay? And then afterwards, let's connect. Let's connect, okay? So, but right now, I'm going to I really want to bridge the communication gap in your marriage 7 years plus. And we're going to do this together. Now, one thing about me as your coach, as a coach, period, I will not leave you hanging. Okay, I will not leave you hanging. So therefore, you got me. You got me. All right. So here we go. Because I don't want to keep you long. I don't want to keep you long because you got work to do. You got stuff to do. You got to bridge this communication gap between you and your boo. And that's what we're gonna do. That's what we go. That's what we're gonna do. All right. So number one. Here you go. You ready? Number one. Let me make sure. Look, y'all, when I tell you I've been working, I've been working. I've been working. So, number one, you're going to put down the distractions. You heard me. hmm You heard me. We are distracted by everything. Now that we're in election season, right? We're distracted by the campaign. We're distracted by the text messages, the emails. We're distracted by the current events with the celebrities, right? We are distracted. So therefore, that gets us off guard. And that puts, sometimes it can put a damper on your relationship because again, you get so caught up in what's going on now you forget about your marriage, believe it or not. You can even get distracted by your children. Okay, so phones, TV, everything. Y'all, put them down. Put them down while you're talking to each other. When you're talking to each other, it's about full attention. When you show your spouse that you've got when you have their undivided focus, you're already telling them, I'm listening, I care. So again, you have to make sure that you put down the phone. Instagram can wait, Facebook can wait, YouTube can wait. Any social media, it can wait. Your emails can wait. Okay? Your emails can wait. Your friends can wait. Your family members can wait. Trust and believe they can wait. Your spouse comes first when it's time to talk, when it's time for that intimate conversation that you need to have. You got to put away those distractions, man. Seriously, you got to put away those distractions. When you show your spouse they've got your undivided focus, you're already telling them, I'm listening, I care. Now, I know. Some of you might be like, oh, that's TV stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't no TV stuff. I'm trying to tell you when you're not paying attention to your boo, you're really sending the message like your voice doesn't matter. If you're ladies, wives, if you're on the phone texting your girlfriends or your siblings, your family members or whatever, and your husband is trying to talk to you, but you're busy, you're doing everything else. You're okay, I got you. Yeah. Uh-huh. You're not paying attention to your boo. You're not paying attention to your boo. You're not. You're not. You are not paying attention to your boo. You have to put away the distractions. Yes, Coach Latressa, got to put away those distractions. You got to, because you're telling your spouse, you're sending that clear message that they don't matter. When you're not focused on them, you're not focused on them. Like if you're not focusing on them, what's the purpose of talking to them? And then you're going to get mad about like, oh, you're like, oh, you're not listening to. Well, it's like you're not paying attention. That's all I'm saying. All right. Number two, y'all ready? Don't jump to defend. Don't jump to defend. What does that mean? It's natural to want to defend yourself, but instead of jumping in with your side, just listen. Just listen. Take it in before responding. It's about hearing your partner's feelings, not defending your actions. Remember, the goal is not for you to win, but to bridge the communication gap. Now, we do this in marriages. I'm guilty. hmm I'm guilty. You try to win a conversation. You're trying to win the argument, but your goal is not to win. Your goal is really to bridge that communication gap. Like literally to bridge that communication gap. You're not trying to win. So you have to have an understanding. Do not try don't try to defend yourself. Like don't try to, but don't go back and forth because it becomes combative, right? It becomes combative. And then your spouse is going to be like, you know what? Forget it. I'm good. I don't even need to talk to you no more. And then guess what? Now you've opened up another door. You're not communicating at all now because your spouse feels defeated. Like, what's the use of trying to talk to my spouse when all they're going to do is just jump to defense mode? So you can't do that. And again, this is what happens in our conversations with our spouses. We don't want to put away the distractions, okay? And then we jump to defend. We don't want to listen. So it's like you're not in it to win. You're really trying to bridge that communication gap. You really are, okay? Number 3, you're going to reflect and repeat. What does that mean? And what does that look like? Well, after you finish, you're going to repeat back what you heard in your own words. So, for example, so what I'm hearing is this way you're making sure you understood them correctly and showing that you're tuned in. Y'all know how we do. Your spouse can ask you and say, "You understood what I said?" You be like, "Yeah." And you forget. You know why? Because you're distracted. Going back up to number 1, you're distracted. So when you're repeating back, you're letting your spouse know, I hear you, I got you. So it's a good practice. I hear you say, or I'm hearing you say that you're not ready to go here. Okay, I get it. I get it. You understand what I'm saying? So now you're actually tuned in to your spouse. You're actually listening. You're actually paying attention to your spouse. You're not just, I got you. Yep. All right. Yeah. Yeah. And people do this. People actually do this in marriages to their spouses. They will put you on hold, put their spouse on hold to take a phone call versus just putting the phone down, putting that distraction away, and finishing the conversation. I'm telling you that phone, those devices are a major hindrance in communication. It's an addiction for a lot of spouses. It's an addiction. When you can't put down your phone or a device, or if you can't put away some time for your spouse, it's you have another problem. That's an addiction. So you have to address that. And so putting down the distractions, not jumping to the fan, and reflect and repeat. So when you're reflecting and you're repeating, that's letting your spouse know that, hey, I heard you, I got you. And let's move on from there. Okay. Number four, hold off on fixing things. Now again, let me take another sip of water. Mm-hmm. Another sip because I am guilty. That's why I told you I know how to coach you. I know how to coach you. I've been done that, been there. However, listen, don't try to fix things. We've all been there wanting to fix the problem right away, but sometimes your spouse just needs to be heard. Just needs to be heard, not fixed. Okay. So ask, do you want advice or do you just need me to listen? Do you need advice or do you need me to listen? And that's the question that you can ask. Do you need me to listen or do you want me to fix the problem? And let your spouse tell you. Yes, active listening. That's it. It's actively listening to your spouse. And so you tell your spouse, listen, I can help you, but what is it that you need me to do? Sometimes we have to put that pride to the side. Take it. You're not in competition with your spouse. So ask your spouse, is it something that you need me to work on with you, fix it, help you, or do you need me to just listen? Do you need some advice? What is it that you need me to do? And whatever you need me to do, I'm there. I'm going to do that. Okay? So, and number 5, set aside set aside some time to talk. Set aside some time to talk. Life can be crazy, so make time to just talk. Even if it's like 15, 20 minutes, y'all know I'm big on at least giving at least 10 to 15 minutes, y'all, of your day. We are so busy. We give everybody else, we give everything else our time. But when it comes to the spouses, we're quick to, to rush the conversations. We don't sit down and enjoy. We're still on our phones, we're still on our devices. We're answering we're doing everything else except for paying attention to your spouse. And let me be honest with you, because I told you I'm coming with you with the real this time around. Right? I've been tiptoeing around. If you don't give your spouse the attention just with conversation, guess what? Somebody else ready to listen. I guarantee you that. Somebody else is ready to listen, because that is a very essential piece of bridging that communication gap in your marriage. I don't care how long you've been married. If you're not listening to your partner, if you're not taking the time to talk to your partner, paying attention, guess what? I'm just saying, I know what I know. You have to make communication a priority in your marriage. Communication and comprehension, because if you don't, there is somebody that is waiting to do that. There's somebody who's waiting to listen, right? There's someone who's waiting to talk and have no problems doing it. I'm just saying. We got to keep it real. I don't care what you do. I don't care, like it, and cheating on your spouse with social media work. Yes. It's the same thing. Your partner may not physically cheat, but cheating on social media with the conversation. And let me tell you, I've always said this, and as your coach, been there, done that. It starts with a conversation with somebody else. It starts with a conversation with somebody else. All you have to do is just say one key word, and that other person can pick up on it just like that. And they know when you're not being heard at home or you're not being talked with. Okay? So I'm trying to tell you, you got to start paying attention to your spouse. You got to start paying attention to talking with it. Set aside some time. What's more important? Your spouse, your family, or the outside? Social media? Because let me tell you what's happening on social media. Let's keep it 100. Them people making money. They making money. They making money off of you scrolling. They making money off of you giving them their time. They have their husbands. They have their wives. They're doing what they're supposed to do. It's entertainment. So we're so distracted. Even with the celebrity news, we're distracted by all of that. They okay. Yeah, they're in some trouble, but guess what? They still they're going to be fine. That's not your problem. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to make some time to talk with your spouse. And this is going on too much. Even in our marriages 7 years plus. This is what's happening. The distractions are becoming louder and louder, and you and your partner are distancing yourselves from each other because you're allowing the distractions to take place. You're allowing you're not actively listening to each other. You rather scroll on social media versus talking to your spouse. That's not good. That's not good. So listen, remember, family, the listening it's all about connection. If you say that you want to connect with your spouse, then you have to act like it. You have to do it. It's nothing magical about it. It's nothing hard about it's nothing hard about it. And if you say, well, we don't have nothing to talk about, you know how many games there are out there? Conversation starters. Matter of fact, be on the lookout. I got something good for y'all coming soon. But you know how many conversation starters are out there? The money you spend on everything else, go to Amazon, go get the conversation cards. Go get them. I have one right here. This one is the Connecting Couples deck. This is tonight's conversation card game. I'm not promoting, I'm not getting anything, but this is a deck that you can buy off of the internet, you know? So like there are conversation cards that you can start with your that you can have with your partner. There's no excuse. Yes, sometimes even after 7 years plus of marriage, yes, your conversations, because life has happened. We're still recouping from a pandemic. Most of us are now empty nesters. So that means the children are out of the house. So they're no longer the focus. So now it's you and your spouse. Job changes, career changes. All of these changes have taken place, but y'all have not had a chance to connect. Deaths. I know a lot of couples who have been experiencing deaths and 7 years plus of marriage, loss of a child, loss of loved one, of their parents, family members, anything. And so we have not been able to reconnect the way we need to. So now this is the season that you and your spouse needs to connect. Like it's nothing hard about it. It is a challenge. I get it. It is a challenge because you're afraid. You're afraid to connect with your partner because now you have changed and you don't know how to communicate those changes that you've gone through with your partner. But I guarantee you, sit down and talk to your partner just like you would talk to your girlfriend, just like you would talk to your homeboy, just like you would post or you would comment on somebody else's post about giving them advice. Take that same advice and apply it to you and your boo. You got to do it. You got to do it. Like, honestly, you got to invest in your marriage. Don't give up. Yes, you come to a bump in the road. What I tell you, your marriage is not over. Your marriage is not over. You just need a little revamping, just a little tweak, and that's it. So why not put the work in? Because I keep trying to tell you, if you don't, somebody else is waiting. Trust me, somebody waiting to put the work in. I know, been there, done that. I'm trying to tell you. That's why I'm your marriage communication coach. I know what I'm talking about. You have to put in the work. You have to invest in it. If you don't invest, then why are you still married? I'm gonna ask that question. Why are you still married if you don't want to invest in bridging the communication gap in your marriage? Let's stop beating around the bush. Let's stop playing with each other. I told you I'm coming to you 100% real talk, real solutions. I can't pity pat. I've been trying to be nice, trying to be nice and all of that. But y'all, this is serious. If you don't want to invest in your marriage, 7 years plus, if you don't want to bridge that communication gap, then why are you still married? Going on out there and have fun on social media in those social media streets. Going on out there and have fun. You're gonna have to talk to somebody. So if you don't want to be married anymore, then it's time for you to see somebody else, a marriage therapist or counselor. Like I tell you, I'm not that person. I am your coach. However, we have to stop pity patting around and stop beating around the bush because bridging the communication gap is not a task. It is not hard. You just have to do it. You have to do the work. Is you understand what I'm saying? So listen, I don't want to, I don't want to fuss with y'all. I ain't gonna fuss you, but we gonna keep it real. And this is what happens. This is what's gonna happen on Marriage Mondays here on out. We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna have this real talk. We're gonna have real talk about real love, about real situations. Okay, like because again, I don't think a lot of people are understanding. Life is real. Life has been life in, and it's supposed to. It's part of the cycle. It's part of the journey. Yes, Tressa, you have to put in the work. We have to put in the work. That's in building your relationship with anybody. And if you've been with your boo 7 years plus, y'all, come on. Y'all in this thing together. You're a team. There's no reason for you to be apart. There's no reason for you to be fussing and fighting. Even over finances, sets, all of that. There's no reason for you to be fussing at each other, going at each other. Talk it out. Ask those hard questions. Have those hard conversations. I'm supposed to trust you and you're supposed to trust me, right? You're supposed to trust each other. So if I can't do that with you, then who am I supposed to do that with? I know who. Mm-hmm. I know who, and so do they. I'm trying to tell you, I'm keeping it 100. So listen, start these steps and watch how more meaningful your conversations will grow. And again, it's a process, it's a journey. It's not overnight. It's not going to happen in 24 hours. It's a process, but you have to do the work. When you take notes in your journal, when you're men and women, husbands and wives, when you take your notes, and fellas, I know the whole journaling piece. But let me tell you something. Time out for all of that, especially y'all Gen Xers. Time out for all of that. Start writing this stuff down. Start paying attention to your wives. Why start paying attention to your husbands? I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Now listen. If you are ready, if you still need to follow me and still take some more notes, that's fine. I want you to. But if you absolutely know for sure, without a doubt, that you are ready to take the next step in bridging the communication gap, go ahead and click that link in the description. Did I put in the description? I think I put in the description. Yeah, there we go. Click that link, copy and paste it, or go into the website to iamtrinetteLcollier.com/coaching. Got a dynamic, phenomenal offer, $777 for 7 personalized sessions. You can't beat that. 7 personalized sessions. I'm trying to tell you, you don't want to miss that. Go ahead and click it. Have limited spots. The new year is about to come up. Like, go ahead and lock in so that you can bridge it. I am very passionate about helping you and supporting you to bridge that communication gap. There is no reason why we should be out here against each other. Marriage is beautiful. Yes, you're going to have some ups and downs. And I'm going to keep it 1000% with you. You're going to have some highs, some lows. You're going to have the good, bad, and ugly because it depends on the season that you're in. Marriages go through seasons. But you've been in this thing 7 years plus. You don't want to give up. One thing I want to highlight. I want to highlight Judge Mathis. He him and his wife, they've been married what 30 some years, 30 plus years or so. And of course his wife left and she's like she was tired of basically competing with the outside world and him. Now mind you, he's making money and all of that, but again, it's that time. Judge Mathis got on publicly. He got on publicly. And if y'all don't believe me, go on to TMZ, the Shade Room, everything. Publicly, he said, I want my wife back and I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to do. And of course, people are like, oh, give it up, this, that, another. But he was fighting for his wife because he admitted that the time that he spent with others and outside of his house, it wasn't good. So they recently showed a picture of them out in outings and so forth, and both of them looked like they were working it out. She had nothing but good to say about her husband. He had nothing good to say but to say about his wife. And again, you've been in this thing 7 years plus. Work at it, get to it, bridging that communication gap. You could do it. Come on, you can do it. There's no ands, if, buts about it. If you want it, you're going to work for it. You're going to do it. You've been with your boo for 7 years plus. You said I do. Y'all done been through a lot of stuff. So why not continue the journey? Now, again, if you feel like there are deeper issues, there's something deeper, this is where I suggest that you connect with a marriage therapist. And there are some great licensed marriage therapists that I can refer you to if you feel like there are some deeper issues. I'm not your girl. I'm just your marriage communication coach. Okay? So again, bridging that communication gap. Let's do this, y'all. One marriage at a time. We can do this. We can do this. And I'm with you as your coach. You get 7 personalized strategy sessions. You get those personalized steps to walk you through. So I'm not just going to give you something and and just be like, here you go. You on your own. That's not how I operate. Okay. So join me tomorrow for Talk It Out Tuesday. And if you have a question that you need to ask, this is an opportunity for you to go ahead and slide on into my DMs. Ask me the question so we can talk about it, discuss it live here on YouTube and on the channel. So it's a good question that somebody asked me for tomorrow. I can't wait for y'all to hear this one. But this is where you get to ask me anything about marriage and communication, relationship. I don't care. I'm telling you, ask me. Some of these questions, I'm like, ooh, got me sipping. Okay. So again, let's bridge this communication gap. We're in this last quarter. We're about to go into 2025. Life is good. Marriage is beautiful. It is beautiful. I promise you, it's beautiful. You just need a little retweaking, a little revamping. It's okay. You come across some challenges. It's okay. It really is okay. That's part of the journey. Okay. So until tomorrow, 6:30 live PM, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. Join me for Talk It Out Tuesday here on Facebook and YouTube and IG. And let's talk. And then again, go onto the website, IamTrinetteLCollier.com. Y'all got some freebies on there. I have some downloadable freebies. So go on there, some other resources to help you connect and bridge the communication gap. Listen, I told you I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not playing with y'all. I got you covered. Go onto the website and click on the freebies on there. Okay. So I told you I got you. So until tomorrow, you guys, I want you to enjoy the rest of this day. I want you to you should have your notes. So again, let me recap before I log off. You're going to put down the distractions. Put down the distractions. Make some time. Turn off the phone. If your children are older, tell them, say, hey, me and mom and dad, we gotta we just need about 15-20 minutes. Put that timer on. Let them go play. Turn it off. Put down the distractions. All right. Number 2, don't jump to defend, right? Don't jump to defend. Listen. All right. Number 3, reflect and repeat. What I heard you say was, and then you keep going. Number 4, don't try to fix anything. Ask your partner, do you need advice from me, or do you need me to help you fix this problem? What is it that you need from me? Ask and let your partner tell you. Okay. And number 5, set aside some time to talk. Set aside some time to talk. You got to. This is all part of active listening. 5 easy and real steps, y'all. I ain't coming to you from play steps. These are easy steps. Easy. Because I told you I don't like to be stressed, and I'm not going to stress y'all as a coach. I'm not going to do that. No, we're not about to stress over our marriage. We're not about to do it. Y'all, you've been married 7 years plus. You got a lot. Come on, really? You think we're going to stress? No, we're not. I got you. So thank you so much for joining me today for Marriage Monday. Let's talk TLC. I am your girl, Coach TaShon, your marriage communication coach. So join me tomorrow. Come back here and let's do our Talk It Out Tuesday. All right. Until tomorrow. Peace. I love y'all.